Well, tonight, as school districts across the state try to balance their budgets for next year, some are grappling over changes in funding after the state passed that program to feed every child for free. But now some schools say the program is having unintended consequences. Raya Katene spoke with one superintendent about what's happening. Raya?
Julie, this really all comes down to how much money the state is giving school districts for supporting low-income students. In the past, measuring how many kids are in poverty was based in part on how many of them apply and qualify for free or reduced meals. But now, since every kid in Minnesota schools gets a free meal, the way to measure how many kids are experiencing poverty has changed, and that's creating a big issue in funding.
When you're the superintendent of a school district,
we were at 4.5 million this year.
Every dollar in your budget counts.
And then FY26 calc drops to 3 million.
So you can imagine his shock when South St. Paul Superintendent Ryan Zambrino realized his district could be losing roughly $1.5 million next school year.
We just want funding for our kids, and I think everybody can understand that intuitively.
Funding reports from the Minnesota Department of Education show South St. Paul schools received $4.5 million in compensatory revenue this fiscal year. Compensatory revenue is how much money the state gives districts for supporting students in poverty. Historically, this was measured using two main factors: how many students qualify for government assistance programs like SNAP, and how many qualify for free or reduced lunch. But with the Universal Free Meals program now in place, the state is no longer accounting for kids who qualify for free or reduced lunch, leading to an undercount of qualified students. And because of that, reports show next year, South St. Paul schools are projected to get just over $3 million, roughly $1.5 million less. A loss that big, Zambrino says, could mean cutting 15 teachers or counselors.
Your staff, your students, that's the lifeblood of your schools.
Scott Kroonquist with the Association of Metropolitan School Districts says if they're not addressed, these funding changes would have major and devastating impacts on schools.
Many of our districts are seeing a significant drop, some 16 to 20% drop in the number of families identified. For example, the Columbia Heights School District would be looking at over $1,000 per pupil loss in compensatory revenue.
Back in South St. Paul, Zambrino hopes legislators will work to fix this now when staffing decisions have to be made instead of waiting to pass a budget this summer.
And school districts are making staffing and budgeting decisions right now as we speak. Some of them, like North St. Paul and Anoka Hennepin, are facing cuts from $4 to more than $5 million. Superintendent Zambrino is urging legislators to come up with a solution right now. I did also reach out to the Minnesota Department of Education today, whose spokesperson says Governor Walz has a proposal to, quote, provide stability in compensatory revenue in the next fiscal year. But again, school leaders say this is something that has to be addressed immediately.